So here's the deal. You should always build your business as if you're going to sell it one day, because nothing lasts forever. We don't last forever, unfortunately. There's a cycle. There's a human cycle and a business cycle.
Michelle Seiler Tucker, welcome to the ROI Online Podcast.
Amazing, right?
So Michelle, we've had an awesome conversation and we've discussed your 6 Ps. And one of the things that is a proprietary value to a business, we work with our business owners and we help them get moved into a CRM, a customer relationship management system. And I'm surprised at how many businesses just don't have those. They've got business cards and Tupperware boxes and shoved in files and in the back seats of cars, but they don't realize the true value of a database. And when I heard you talking about it, I really was like, this is excellent. I wanted to talk a little bit further about how valuable that is.
It really is extremely valuable. And you kind of got, I kind of started chuckling when you mentioned about business owners having, cards and containers and Tupperware, and you forgot to mention shoe boxes. But we once had a business owner. We were trying to a business that we were trying to sell, and it was a distribution company, but extremely profitable. And the owner was in his late 70s, and the problem was everything was on paper. Mm-hmm. They had everything. They had no computers. Talk about no databases. No database. They had no computers. They had everything on Rolodexes, paper Rolodexes, the whole contact list. And they had lots and lots and lots of customers were all on Rolodex. That's so old school. All their inventory system, everything was on paper. And I'm like, God, heaven forbid if this place ever catches on fire,
right?
Or a hurricane. I mean, we had a hurricane in New Orleans called Hurricane Katrina. Mm-hmm. You probably heard of it. And he was almost completely wiped out. He wasn't even able to work and get back in his office and get that database. You have to have a CRM. You 1000% cannot run your company without a CRM. You have to have that customer relationship management company. And let me tell you something, when buyers go to buy a business, mm-hmm. one thing they want to do is look at that CRM, look at how many clients you have, look at how many how active they are, how many touch points you have. And that's everything, because a lot of times those clients can be repurposed. They can be retargeted. If you got a competitor or strategic looking to buy your business and you have 100,000, clients in your CRM, you're going to get a much higher multiple for that. I mean, we have 28,000 buyers in our CRM that we nurture on a regular basis. And so when I go to sell my company one day, mm-hmm. that's going to be extremely valuable. But not only is it valuable, it makes you more efficient. It makes you more productive. If you want to be profitable, you have to streamline. You have to get your processes together. And the most important part of the process is your CRM. You cannot live without it. You cannot run a business without it. I have several CRMs. I don't have one. I have several. It's funny because I partnered with a graphics company a while back. They called me about selling their business. And it was 2 owners, husband and wife, and they had 1 employee. And it was a specialty graphics company. They place graphics on all first responders. So the ambulances, the fire trucks, police cars, etc. The owner called me in a panic. He's like, I got to sell this business. And I'm like, why do you have to sell this business? And he said, my wife and I are about to kill each other. We're working 14, 16 hours a day. And he says, I have 1 employee. He says, Michelle, I don't have the business acumen to grow this business to the next level. I can't do it anymore. Plus we took out a mortgage on our family home. And I said, okay. And then he says, but we have the best product in the country. And he says, it's so good. We're turning down 6,000 clients a year. And when he said, we're turning down 6,000 clients a year, I'm like, oh my gosh, ding, 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 ding. I go, where are you putting these clients? I said, do you have a CRM? He goes, no, we don't have a CRM. I go, what? How do you not have a CRM? And so then at that point I said, well, your business is not sellable, but today you can consider yourself lucky that you just won the lottery because you got me. If you would have got anybody else, they would have put your business on the market. Your business is not sellable because it's all you. It's all you and your wife. So
Right.
anyway, I invested in their business, invested money, took them out of their garage. They had an office garage on property, took them out of there, leased a 6,000 square foot building, hired 25 employees, got a COO. And guess what we did, Steve?
Mm.
We got a CRM.
Oh my gosh.
And it completely was a game changer. The first one we got was the wrong one. So you got to align yourself with somebody like Steve to make sure that he knows your business inside and out, and he can make sure that you have the right database, right CRM. And it really was the wrong one. So then we got another one. It's a game changer. There was no more guessing, no more guessing on jobs, no more losing money on waste because they don't know how to price a job. Now when I ask them for a number, before I would ask them for the number and they're always like, and they're trying to figure it out. There is no figuring out because everything is in the CRM. All their clients are in there. They're not losing clients anymore. They improved efficiencies. They improved productivity. And like I said, they don't lose clients anymore. Before they were like, had cards everywhere, had Rolodexes everywhere, had everything on paper. Now it's all in a CRM, all in a database. You cannot have a successful business without a CRM, without a database.
And I love the way that you package that with the perspective that this is a proprietary piece of your business. That CRM is so valuable and people just overlook that. So I really appreciate that.
Most advisors overlook it too, Steve. Most advisors don't know how to value databases. So which is why you should always come to Seiler Tucker because we know how to evaluate proprietary, especially databases. So databases are huge. And let me tell you something. Once we got, all the 6 P's in place, because the P's they were missing was people. They didn't have the people. They didn't have the processes. But they had a great product. They didn't really have anything proprietary because a database is proprietary. I mean, that's a huge value driver. That's one of the number one value drivers of anything. Once they got all that, he is coming up with the best ideas ever. He's so innovative. He comes up with all these inventions, him and his wife. This is the same gentleman that told me he didn't have the business acumen to grow the business to the next level.
Right.
He has a business acumen, but he was stuck in the chaos. He was stuck in the day-to-day. He was stuck in the transactional versus the transformational. And he wasn't, the company wasn't organized. So when we got that, and I will tell you, out of all the changes that we've done for this company, getting this CRM was the biggest change, complete game changer, because you're not hiding anything anymore. The numbers are there, the cost is there, what it costs, people are like saying, oh, well, we didn't make an error there. Well, yeah, you did. So it's just so valuable in so many different ways that number one, you never have a sustainable company that's scalable without a CRM, and you'll never maximize value without that CRM, without that database.
Boom, mic drop. Michelle Seiler Tucker, you've been such a wonderful guest on the ROI Online Podcast. I've just really have enjoyed it.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here, and hopefully we can reconnect again.
Yeah.
You can come on my podcast next time and tell everybody about databases.
I want to. I love it. It's like being endorsed by Michelle. So Michelle, before you go, I just want to suggest something. Maybe you bring a little more energy to your interviews. Like,
yeah, I don't have enough energy.
You're on fire. I've enjoyed it.
Thank
Michelle,
you. Well, you know what Zig Ziglar used to say?
What?
If you're not on fire, your matches are all wet.
All right. I love it. So Michelle, thank you again.